Good evening everybody, Cam Biker here, and it's time for another TDM Tuesday.
Yay!
Doing some more work on the TDM. Now we were supposed to be doing some electrics tonight. We've got quite a bit of electrics to do on the bike. Unfortunately, a certain person didn't buy the bits of electrics we needed. Not saying who. But we have got lots of other things to do, so we're going to give it a service tonight, which should be interesting because we can't actually start the bike. So we've got a few bits to do. Come here and I'll show you. So the big one, obviously, going to be replacing the engine oil, which is going to be interesting with a cold engine. We've got an oil filter. We've got an air filter to do. And then finally, assuming we can get them out, we're going to change the spark plugs. And then general kind of service stuff really. Lubrication, greasing, that kind of thing. Gives us something to do while the parts turn up.
Sorry!
Let's get on with it! So because the first job is going to be changing the oil, before we start I want to make sure we're going to be able to put some new oil back in. So just check the filler cap will come loose, and it will. Good news! We know we can get oil in, now we have to get the oil out. Now one of the concerns here is this bolt, the sump bolt, where we're going to drain the oil from. This is looking rather nasty, so we have to get that off. Normally we'd have fired up the engine, we'd have warmed up the engine, and everything expands nicely and makes it easier to get that bolt out. We can't fire up the engine, it's a bit awkward because we've got no fuel tank on the bike. So we're going to have to see if we can get this off. I'm going to try and crack it off now and wish me luck. Now this is going to take longer than normal because obviously the oil is cold, so we just have to wait.
Is it empty yet?
Okay.
It's faster than that.
It's ludicrous speed. Oh, indicate. Beep, 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 beep.
Is it empty yet?
No. On your marks.
Get set.
Go!
I beat you. Is it empty yet?
No! When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange.
Is it ready yet?
Close enough!
Yeah!
Yay! Right, now I need to get this in there. One dirty oil filter. So this is the piece off the bike. That's where the oil feeds in. Here is the old filter, which we'll throw into the bin in a moment. And then just got to check we've got the O-rings still in place, making sure they're not stuck on the bike. And we can put the new filter in. Now the top tip of today is we've got here 5 holes. And we've got 5 bolts of 3 different lengths. So all I've done is laid them out exactly as I'm going to put them back in. So that one's at the front, then these 2 behind it, and these 2 at the back. Now, it's essential that these are torqued exactly to the factory specifications using a torque wrench. Click. 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 Nothing wrong with clicking it twice. Click. Click. Time to put some oil in. Now, we can't do this perfectly. We know it needs about 3.9 litres, so that's what we're going to put in, there or thereabouts. We obviously would normally check the sight glass, but we normally have to warm the engine up to do that. We can't warm the engine up because we've got no fuel tank. So we'll put in about the right amount. Later on, when we've got the fuel tank back on, we'll fire it up, warm it up, get the level perfect. And I'm lazy, so I'm hanging this up. Such a terrible angle. Click! Done! Spark plugs. To get the spark plugs out, we need to get the coil sticks off. The coil sticks are right in there. See 2 of them sticking out here and at the other side. And to get those out without removing the radiator is going to be entertaining. We're hopeful we can just take off this bolt and that bolt and the same on the other side and move the radiator forward a bit, kind of pivot off. If we have to take the radiator off, that means draining the coolant, and we don't want to do that tonight. And I think I'll give this one a loosen too and get that out of the way. Lovely. It's about as much as we're going to get. These things are very delicate. You don't want to snap on. They're expensive too. Now we're going to get the spark plug out. Normally you'd use a spark plug socket, but we haven't got one, so we're just using a socket and a magnet. One spark plug. Two. Here's our new spark plug. Get out of the box. You've got to be careful with these because they are pre-gapped here to be the correct space, and that bit of cardboard there is protecting them. Now we need to get this into the engine. And normally you'd have a spark plug socket, but this is just a normal socket. Normally a spark plug socket, bit of rubber down in there that grips the end of the spark plug while you get those first few threads in. This hasn't got it, so we're going to have to be a little bit, I'm told, old school. So the trick here, move those to one side, I'm going to get a square of fabric and I'm going to cut a hole in the centre of it. And the plan is, for the spark plug goes through there, we wrap the fabric around the hex bit, and this should, when the socket goes on, hopefully, fingers crossed, just give enough friction that the plug can't fall out. Spark plug's gone. Right, radiator back on time. Click! All torque to Yamaha specifications. Last job to finish off, just need to reconnect this pipe for the overflow tank. It should go on pretty easily, but if it didn't, we can get a bit of Vaseline on it. No Vaseline required. Sorry, Tosh. What do you reckon, Tosh? Air filter now?
Yeah, let's do the air filter. Why not? Everything else is done.
So now we want to be in here. Now for this one it's just 3 screws. And now just pull out the air filter. I think I've worked out why it might be running rough. Nice shiny new air filter. And then just put the top back on the airbox. And apart from a bit of greasing, lubing and checking everything, that's the service done. Thanks for watching everyone, ride safe, and we'll talk to you again next time.